Hello everybody, today I am releasing a small quality of life update for Copper Contraptions. The version is 1.1.5. So make sure you're updated to that version if, of course, you're using 1.21.4, so, you're up to date and have the latest and greatest features. Now, the first thing that I've added is a source of infinite power for creative mode players just testing things out. So if we put bedrock on top of a redstone lamp, or a jigsaw block, or just any operator item here, like light blocks, barrier blocks, structure blocks, any of these should work, command blocks, you'll be able to craft the creative energy generator, which, yeah, it's made a bit differently than the rest of the machines. As you can see, I've kind of utilized these right here, as you can see. But basically, the way it works is it works exactly like the transformer. And if you don't know how the transformer works, it's quite simple. Let's just get ourselves a slab so we can see the energy being outputted. But basically, place an energy generator, and if we get a lever from over here, we power it, and as you can see, it is outputting power. Now, it outputs power at a specific rate. We can adjust that rate with the Contraption Creator's command transmitter. Put that on and turn it on. And then, once that's on, we go to machine config mode. We show the machine configurations. And yep, as you'll see, it's just like the transformer. We can select the delay and ticks that it outputs energy. And then, of course, we can change the burst size. So yeah, tons of customization, and as you can see, there is energy plonking out. And if we just break that, yeah. Honestly, I don't know I had the slab there. I guess just to contain the energy. Now, one thing about this is that this will actually get a negative energy value within it. This won't affect you at all, but it would be a nice way to detect if you're having any problems with powering something. So let's say you have this hooked up to some sort of machine, and you also have your power generator hooked up to this. You'll be able to see if you are losing power, if your generator isn't good enough, which if it's not good enough, then of course it'd be negative. But if it's positive, then hooray. Your generator is good enough for whatever machine you're operating. So yeah, it's just a great way to test out machines in creative mode, and it's quite useful. Next, there is a change to the tree chopper. It can no longer chop down wood infinitely that's touching. So originally, yeah, it would just continue on and on forever. And I made a world with my friends that was just a complete pale garden. And since all the trees were touching, one of us used this without, and we missed a block when making sure that nothing was touching, and it deleted the entire pale garden. So yeah, I've now put a limit on that. That experience has helped me realize that, hey, that needed to be fixed. So this limit is actually configurable. So like I did earlier, I did /reload to show the version of Copper Contraptions and the settings. So now we have the tree chopper settings. This is a server option because, you don't want your server filled with a ton of items that you don't want. But anyway, the default is 50, and if you click on change, it'll give you the command for changing the number. So if we set this to 3, here is how this works. So I'm actually going to also make this go up as well. So if I power this on and then place the log here, as you'll see, so we have set it to 3. So if we were to actually click on this again, yep, 3. So what that means is it'll go 1, 2, and then 3. So ignoring the center block, it is a radius of 3, but it's not a circular radius. it is a square radius. So let's show off basically how the square radius works here, just so everyone kind of understands. So it's not like 3 blocks out from the, well, I mean, it is out from the middle, but as long as everything is touching, as you'll see, 3 blocks this way, up that way. So yeah. And it's compatible, of course, with multiple of these guys, so, you know, no conflicts at all should happen. But yeah, I feel like 50 is a decent default, so, you know, if we change that to 50 now, and we do it, then it'll mine all of this and this cube, and yeah. Next, we have a change to the quarry. Now, this is going to be a very welcoming change here. So basically, this now has settings that you can configure on it. Not server settings, but block settings. So if I, wait, no, I did not turn that on. Right, I didn't sneak for long enough. There we go. We go to machine config and we show machine configurations. Now it has a speed. The speed is by default 1, which is its old speed, and we can increase it. Increasing it will up the energy cost, but I mean, I think it's worth it. And also, the actual energy cost per block has actually been changed to be half of what it originally was. So at speed 10, which is 10 times the speed of how it originally was, that's only going to cost you 5 times as much as it originally does, and a speed of 1 is half of the original. So, yay! A huge buff for the quarry. And like, it's a very noticeable difference, as we will see here. So, I'm going to set each of these, and we will test how fast they go. Alright, I've set these both to have an equivalent area to mine, and this is the one that is at 10 speed, which is the highest speed you can go. Yep, 4,500. That's how much energy it'll take. And this, at speed of 1, is only 450. So, yeah. Huge power difference, but there will also be a huge speed difference. Also, one thing to note is once you have set the areas, you cannot change the speed. Yeah. That is currently not able to happen. So once you set the area, you better hope that you chose the right speed that you wanted, or else it's gonna take slower or faster than expected. Anyway, if we now give these things a little bit of energy. Oh right, I did this just to make sure that I wouldn't, like, yeah. So I'm going to turn these off, actually, because this should be enough for both of them, since I set these to output a high amount of energy. But, yeah, here we go. Here, let's do the slower one first, so it gets a little bit of time to catch up, which it already has no time to catch up, because the speed 10 is already way ahead of the speed 1. Yeah, this is a huge difference, as you can tell. Yeah, mining out things is going to be a lot quicker. The reason why it was so slow in the first place is to allow hoppers to keep up. But if you have a large hopper line and a water stream, then you could do speed 10 pretty easily. But yeah, as you can see, speed 10, it's already like almost done. Speed 1, it's still struggling. But yeah, that's it for this like quality of life update. This hint from last update video. Yeah, that's still happening eventually. I have such huge update plans for both Perplexus and Copper Contraptions that it's probably gonna be a bit. But I'll get there. So yeah, if you are excited for the future updates to Perplexus and Copper Contraptions, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so then you're notified exactly when I, have an update. And there's always usually some really cool and fun features in every single update. Tons. I mean, this is a smaller update, but still, like, this over here, this little hint here. Yeah, I have big plans, and that's only half of it right there. There's 2 parts to this update, and this is just one that I'm just kind of hinting at. You'll see, guys. It's gonna be awesome. But yeah, that's all there is for this small little like quality of life update for Copper Contraptions. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Goodbye.